We ready, OT?
Yes.
Yes.
Nah.
Yes, OT Maron Paris.
Saint Laurent.
Wait, gotta do it like how RuPaul does it. OT Maron Paris Milan.
Balenciaga.
Quebec.
Not
Madrid.
Quebec.
Washington, D.C.
Dusseldorf.
Right. Baltimore.
Salt Lake City. All right, we're good. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Condone Yourself, where we're here to discuss season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't know why I said it like that, but there you go.
It's the new jingle.
Yeah, I like it. I'm Joe, and we have Kelly.
Hey, everybody.
And we have OT.
What's up, people?
Finally, the ball challenge has arrived.
And so many looks to talk about.
She bring it to you every ball.
Bring it to you every ball.
She bring it to you every ball.
Well, some people didn't bring it.
Ooh.
Some people did not.
No.
Some people brought it hardcore. And what was interesting though, like I didn't think any of the looks were terrible. Right? I thought there were some that were not amazing. I thought there were some that were just okay, but I didn't think any of them were overall terrible.
I'll say this. I don't think there was any Fs.
Right. That's what I mean by terrible. Like,
there were some D's.
Yeah, maybe some D plus.
There were some D's.
I actually think there are two that are terrible.
There were lots of D's because it's drag queens, right?
Yeah.
But
D is for drag queen. No.
I give that a tuck D plus.
Yeah.
Right.
Terrible.
But yeah, I don't think anyone like there were no there. I'm sorry. There were no Lala Reeds, right?
Well, I mean, if you're calling Lala Reed the definition of terrible, then no one's gonna get there. Okay.
So there were no Alyssa Edwards season 5s.
Okay. I
Okay.
don't remember what she wore there.
Yeah, that before Lala Reed, that was considered the worst dress ever to walk Drag Race.
Okay.
Right, but we'll talk about it. We'll look at it. We'll talk. Maybe I've only watched the episode once, so maybe my memory is clouded. But I thought overall, as a whole, I thought that was the best ball we've gotten in totality, where there was like no one who just looked like, oh my God, what were you thinking? Right, for me. But we'll talk about it as we look through.
Yeah.
So, but let's start with one of my favorite things on the episode from the beginning when they were talking about Jax leaving, and Marsha was just like, "It's been a long time coming." I was like,
Marsha is tired.
Yeah, she was saying what we were all thinking.
Marsha is not having it. Like, if there is one thing I appreciate about Marsha, and it's the same thing I appreciate about Lux, is that level of honesty is there.
Yep.
Like, and Mistress too. Mistress.
Oh yeah, Mistress. Yeah, Mistress. Absolutely.
And we finally got we've had some, but we got a mini challenge.
Yeah.
And we got like some workroom like critiques, which we have been missing. So the thing that I loved was just Anitra's cannonball into Willow Pill's bath.
Yes. I love that challenge though, when they add them to other people's photos. And quite honestly, again, I thought this was the best version that challenge has ever had. I thought all the pictures made me either like guffaw or at least chuckle, like, oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
But either I laughed out loud or I chuckled, mildly. But I thought all the pictures were good. I thought they were all funny. But yeah, Anitra's was like head and shoulders.
Yeah. Anything else about the mini?
No, not for me.
So we can talk about and then we can get into like some of the workroom stuff. But yeah, Anitra's story. I guess we've heard little bits and pieces of her story, but not to the extent. I just think it's so incredibly wrong to be like, that's fine, honey, everything's great. And then however long she said, a week or two later, to be like, never mind.
You're making everyone uncomfortable.
Everybody, aka I'm uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought that was the most unique rejection story that this show has ever had.
Yeah, because we've had a lot of them.
Yeah, we've had quite a few rejection stories, but never one where the person turned in the other direction, right? Where they started out supportive and then became unsupportive. And quite honestly, never came back from being unsupportive, because she said they haven't spoken in years.
Well, she kicked him out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that just it broke my heart. I almost cried.
Again, like we were talking about in a different way with Lucy last week. It's like, own up. Just own up. If you're homophobic, own up to it. If you're racist, own up to it. Like, stop trying to paint it as something else, because that everybody can see what it really is.
Right. I was really heartbroken for her.
Uh-huh.
And that was one of the few times where the tears in the workroom for me had validation. Like, that worked, because it's one thing for someone to flat out reject you, right? Because then you can just live with your anger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can just be upset, you can call them a bigot, you can walk away. But when someone feigns acceptance and then pulls it back, it makes a person think, well, what did I do?
Right.
Or what could I have done differently? Right? Maybe if I wasn't so in your face, maybe if I had said this, maybe if I didn't speak this way or sit this way, right? It puts so much on the other person, and that's garbage.
Yep.
And that's why I really was able to connect to what she was talking about in ways that I haven't been able to connect when other people have those tearful connections, because her mom made it Anitra's fault.
Yep. I was just thinking that it's like people like that, and I only know this, part of the story that she shared, but it just makes me think of like people like that want to have it be like a martyr. Like, it's everybody. I'm the victim here. Look at what this is doing to me. Look at what this is doing to our family. Like, I'm not the one that is being the asshole here. And it's like, you are 100%.
Right.
It's not anybody's fault but yours.
Yeah.
You made this decision.
Yeah. It's what my older brother does, which is probably why I connected to it so deeply, because he does the exact same thing. Like, he creates these fights with me, and then when I stand up for myself, then he's the martyr. Like, oh, why are you causing all this drama? Why are you so not in control of your emotions? It's like, sir, you picked the fight with me.
Yeah. And Anitra's mom's probably like, he left. Like, he won't come back. He's doing this, he's tearing the family apart.
He's deciding to be gay. Like, that's his choice. And he chose being gay over being with his family. He could have just not been gay. Like, because that's how it works, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So we had that. Yeah. And I agree. I think that, sometimes it can feel inorganic, like we've talked about, but that felt organic for sure.
Yeah.
But of course, what always gets me is Selena's in her half makeup. The half makeup is terrifying. And you're having these like deep moments of like heartfelt one-on-ones or whatnot, and you look over, the camera pans, and you look like a horror movie. So it's so ridiculous. And it happens all the time on this show. Like, half drag or quarter drag is horrifying.
My favorite was when I think Malaysia and Mistress were talking like early in the season, and behind them was Sasha Colby in mid makeup, and it was like, woo. It's like, and the way they cut it, it was like she was there and then she wasn't, so it seemed like she was like a ghost.
So they were challenged this week with 3 looks. 2 being ones that they could bring, and one, or the third one being like a crystal, something.
Something that they made from crystal. That was
to celebrate
the real challenge.
Yeah, the 200th anniversary, or 200th
episode and 15-year anniversary, which is the traditional gift is Crystal for the
Yep.
15th year.
And I was glad that like Carson came in and finally they got a little bit of direction and feedback during that, you know, because we've had so many queens, all of this stuff has been getting cut, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
And again, some people do just like a better job of listening to what the judges say. And some people are just like, no, I'm just going to do my own thing, you know? But anything about that? I don't know if I really.
No, yeah, I think it was good to see them in the workroom for a change for this season.
Yeah.
It was useful to a lot of the queens, I think, to get some feedback and some direction. So yeah, I don't think there was really much else.
I do like when this happens, and since this hasn't happened a lot this season, I was really looking to see how Rue was responding to the girls and the types of feedback she was giving them. I really enjoyed her time with Mistress, and Mistress is good unless she does something terrible. Like she's going to make it to the top 4, top 3, whatever.
Rue likes her a lot.
Rue likes her
Not
a
like
lot.
Georges a lot, but a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the question she was asking her, she's like, "How do the girls feel about your honesty?" And Mistress' answer was perfect, and Rue was in total agreement. She's like, "Yep, you know, keep going, keep doing you." And it's just, you know, Rue is really seeing her, and I think she has potential to take it home. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think if there's ever been an opportunity for a plus size queen to win, I think Mistress has it.
Yep,
absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree.
I would love to see her win. It would be tough to see her win over Sasha Colby based on what Sasha has been giving this season.
Yep.
But ultimately, at this point, Sasha, Lux, or Mistress could win the whole crown. If Rue stopped the show right now and said, "You know what, I'm over this," and gave the crown to one of those 3, I would have no qualms.
I mean, I could see Anitra too.
I want to put Anitra in there, but I think Anitra needs to prove a little bit more to me. I definitely think Anitra is in the top 4. I think she's in the top 4 of the queens that are there. But again, in a hypothetical world where Rue is like, screw the rest of this season, here, you take the crown. It needs to be one of those 3 for me to think it's valid. That's all. My hypothetical fantasy world.
The only other thing I'll say about the workroom is that I love that they tried to gently tell Selena to edit down a little bit. She's like, "I've got this fabric and I've got these sparkles and I've got this and I'm gonna layer this."
But here's the thing, right? That shady music came in when
you already knew
when she described her second item. So she's like, "I got this," and then she's like, "And then I'm gonna do this," and then the shady music began. I was like, "Y'all, it's just 2 things. She can do 2 things. Like it's drag more. But with Selena as titties, less. It's just, it was fantastic, that shady edit they gave her.
The edit. It's so crazy that we've been watching the show so long and we know it so well that based on the edits, we can make very specific decisions.
They're they become very predictable.
It's become very predictable.
Yeah, which is fun when it does surprise us because it doesn't happen very often, I don't think.
Right.
Then the other thing I just will quickly note that happened was I did like how they were sharing their favorite like drag race moments.
Yeah.
And doing some throwbacks.
Oh, I loved that. Yes. That was probably my favorite thing of the workroom, a fun part, right? Anitra's was the overall favorite, but yeah, I thought that was so cool, especially that they gave us the clips.
Yes.
Yeah.
I liked Anitra's inspiration for her gown was Kennedy Davenport's Crystallized.
Yes.
Oh, I love that moment.
Yes, and honey, that was a way to update it. We'll talk. We'll talk.
So then, anything else before we get into it?
No.
Let's get into it. This was like a really fun, like S&M kind of bondage look that Rue was going for. I thought it killed. I really liked this.
Yeah,
agreed.
That was good. Shaw.
Yeah, everything. The hair, that S&M look. I love the fringe on the gloves. Like that was sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, makeup was great.
I love how also because we got the intro to Cake and Candy, which is probably out now, like Rue's new song, and it just makes me laugh because all the songs are the same, you know.
They really are.
And it doesn't matter because like they will sell enough because then someone will do a dance remix, you know, and it'll be fine.
And then she'll force the queens to make a music video where they add a rap, and then that'll be immediately available on iTunes. Like,
I hope they do one of Cake and Candy because I really like that song. I've been playing it for about a month or so, and I just I don't know. I'm a little addicted to it. I love it.
There better be a cake fight in the music video.
All I can say is Gottmik nailed her when she said, "Rue, I love all of your hit song."
But it works. That's what I'm saying. It works.
Yep, she found the formula, and you ain't got to reinvent the wheel. The real
I put it together so that each queen will have all 3 looks. So we'll just like go through queen by queen and break down what we thought of all of their looks over the night. So then, the 3 categories were Start Your Engines, My Favorite Ball, which they had to like pick a ball theme from one of the other
seasons.
Apparently, there were only 3 balls.
Yeah, there were people. There was way more than that, right?
Yeah, there were way more than 3 balls. But Start Your Engines was also a remake of Rue's iconic intro look.
Yep.
So,
and then the last one where they had to make their outfit was Crystallized Eleganza.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get into it. So first, we have a Mistress Isabel, which I thought super strong night for her. I thought she might win.
Killed it.
Yeah.
Killed it.
She did so great. I love the homage to not just past queens and what famous phrases they said, but the bigger queen.
Yep.
I love that she's totally representing, herself as well as the people before her. The ball look, so fun.
I love
camp. Fits great. She looks sexy in it. And I absolutely love it. And then, my jaw dropped on the last look. It's a simple, silhouette. Seen it before, but she just looks so gorgeous, so glam.
She looks like a damn hourglass.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the hair is an incredible choice. Like I thought she might win. And I love that ball look. That ponytail too, especially with all the little tiny beach balls.
The face kini. Yeah. Like it was so high drag.
Yeah.
Like that is high drag. That is Lee Bowery inspired club kid. Like it's all the things you want on this show. It's all the things.
Yeah.
And I could see a lot of other queens trying to make a look like that out of beach balls and having it be very bad. And
very crafty.
Yeah, very good. But this is amazing.
And it looks so elevated. It looks hot as hell too. Yeah. But it looks so elevated. I thought for sure, like when I saw her first look, I was like, okay, that is on the nose Rue, like down to the blonde hair. But when she came out in that second look, I was like, there's no way she'd have to screw up so bad to not be in the top after those first 2 looks. And she did not disappoint.
No.
That gown is elegant. It's beautiful. It fits, like it is hugging all the curves. It's that she was perfection.
That white eye mask matches her dress.
You know what?
There's Kelly.
So I'm gonna take you back to season 6, Darian Lake. Okay, remember when Darian Lake tried to put jewels on the dress and it was just like sagging?
Yes.
Right. Darian Lake, look, this is what you do. I just thought, look at this. This is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to look, and I just can't help feel so bad for Darian. Like when I saw Mistress look out here, I was like, oh, Darian, gosh,
So I've been rewatching that season recently. Like that's what I watched during my lunch break.
Was that the Violet
season? No,
that was Bianca.
Yes.
Bianca. Oh, that's Bianca season. Okay.
So yeah, I've been rewatching that season, And quite honestly, a lot of Darian's looks were problematic, and I think that they let her go.
Yes.
Because one, she was gorgeous. Oh my God, was she gorgeous? And two, she was a fantastic lip syncer, but her looks were questionable.
Trash.
They were questionable.
They were.
Yeah. Nonetheless, nothing about what you did, Miss Isabel, is questionable. Nothing is questionable about what you did. You get a fan. And then another fan. And then one more fan. Because all three of your looks were fire.
That's right.
Fire.
Love you, mistress.
Yes. Houston.
All right. And then we had Spice. Just predictable. There wasn't anything in here that wowed me. I think they kind of liked the first look.
I thought the first look was everything.
Yeah.
I definitely thought that she looked amazing. I thought that was a fantastic way to update it. Those boots are giving me Linda Carter Wonder Woman. I was completely in for it. Completely.
And I did really like the pattern with those small like felt balls on that second look. It's like the way that it was made, I liked, but it's the same exact outfit we've now seen and wig and whatever on Spice the whole season.
The entire season.
So if you're going to do like
the ball one, right?
Yeah. And I really like the craftsmanship of it. I'm sure somebody else made it, but like it still like was amazing. But then it's like it's the same exact outfit.
And I think the reason that the first outfit worked so well is because she didn't have the same hair. She finally gave us like a Ariana Grande moment with the ponytail.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, that she loves that hairstyle.
Yeah. Yeah. She definitely needs more wigs in different colors.
Yeah. Better colors. And then I agreed with the judges on the last one. I thought the bodice was cute. Like I did think she did a pretty good job because she made that, so she did a pretty good job on that. But the skirt was a hot mess.
Okay. So before I defend this skirt, let me be very, very clear. I dislike this skirt, right? But for Michelle to say it's just a piece of fabric, so tied together, that's not absurd. A moment to say that.
Yeah, that was
absurd. Like there was some effort put into that.
Yeah, right? If anybody's skirt was just fabric, it was Sasha's. And hers looked amazing, yes, but it was just like
it was just a piece of fabric with a belt keeping it in, on her waist. So like I thought that was a garbage piece of critique when she did. I was like, no, is it great? Absolutely not. But she put more work in that than for you to say it's just two pieces of fabric tied together. That was garbage. I didn't like that.
Yeah. And plus it would take a long time to tie these two fabrics together. It ain't easy.
No.
You got to put holes in it and then put string in
it.
Yeah,
and there's a design there. Like there's a pattern. Like she tried to do something.
And she's not a sewer, and that bodice is wonderful.
Yeah.
This is definitely an improvement of her last outfit she made. Big improvement.
Yeah.
I actually think her weakest one is the middle one.
I do too.
Yeah, and again, it's like the craftsmanship was so amazing. It just really stinks that it's the same exact outfit we've seen. And I think that's why, if we hadn't seen this all season, then maybe it's better. But
yeah, I told you that there were two outfits that I thought were terrible. I'll say for this episode, Spice has none of those looks.
No,
yeah, I agree.
Okay, and then next we have Luxe.
Oh my God. So can I break this fam right now? Because when I say that my daughter is not playing with y'all, she is not playing with y'all. I was annoyed that she wasn't in the top. Mm-hmm. And the only thing I can think of is her first look, which I thought was good enough to have pushed her into the top, especially because of how fantastic the other two looks are.
Right. I agree. Maybe it was the first look. But I think it only looks weak because the other ones are so amazing. I don't know that it's bad, that first look.
Yeah, it's not bad. None of her looks were bad. Her looks were that the crystal look is on a whole other level. Like that is craftsmanship. That is
I agree.
unique. It like that is unlike anything we've ever seen on this stage. So the fact that she was upset about not being in the top, I was upset with her. That black hair look from the hairball, that is Grace Jones. That is 80s like hair show. That is Paris runway. Like that is so elevated.
And the
It's so
fact that
good.
the bra was braids, like that was amazing. There were so many
Yeah.
details about that hair look that were so good.
I like the hair look, but shouldn't there have been more like hair on the skirt?
The skirt was all hair. Everything she was wearing was
No,
all
I
hair.
know it was hair, but more
of it.
Like I wanted more like volume
Okay.
on there.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was the only thing that stood out because she looks fantastic and she knows fashion. But I would have loved to see a little bit more volume, a little bit more hair explosion on the look, and it'll still look like looks. You
Right.
know?
I guess, yeah, because her
my only critique.
ponytails are definitely more full than the skirt.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I can give you that. And the only thing I can think of is that she wanted to show off her panties because we know Lux likes to be naked.
Yes.
So,
Yes. And I think that crystal look was one of my favorites.
oh yeah, that was my favorite look of the night, period. I thought for the crystal looks, like this was it. What she said was so on point, and I can't remember the exact words, but she said something to the effect of like, you all were designing looks with Crystal. I was designing myself as Crystal.
Yeah.
Right. And
she was the embellishment or something.
Yes, that's what she said. She was like, you were, and yes, that there it is. She said, you all were designing with embellishments. I am the embellishment. That's what she said. And that also gets a fan. Like shit, like it was beyond.
I think the only thing when the three safe people were talking and Untucked was that they were all focusing on, and maybe there was more that got it out, but they were just focusing on that third look. And I think the judges were going for like overall all three looks combined.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that I don't think Lux should have been in the top. I'm just saying like they were focused so much on that last look, and I'm like the judges were looking at all of it. But yeah, she killed it. Of course,
I think where she faltered had to have been with one of the first two looks.
Yeah.
All right, Marsha.
Okay,
Actually,
so I'm pretty sure her makeup was the same across the board, right? However, her makeup looks strongest on the first look, so I don't know what that's all about.
It was the color. It was the way the color palette matched to her outfit.
All right, because her makeup, I was like, oh my gosh, Marsha has arrived.
Yeah, she looks pretty in that, like really pretty in that first one,
and like drag.
Yeah,
pretty and drag. And I really enjoyed the first look. The second look, no, it was just like
it was way too muted. That's the word you use, Joe, right? Muted. It was way too
muted, beige. Like it's not even fluorescent beige. It's just blah, And then
not even pepper LaBeija.
You know what would have been cool? Like she said, she made out of totes. Use totes that have graphic prints on them, or like logos or whatever, and then you can do the silhouette and the dress is not bad, but if you did
also the same silhouette she constantly gives us.
But if you do that something with prints and then it looks cool, it's not just like a beige sack, right? A potato sack.
She looks like she's singing like background of like Gone with the Wind musical or something like that.
On the roof, or like what's the one?
Joe, stop saying everybody is in the background.
I mean, that's what she looks like. She doesn't look like a star, like she belongs in the front.
No, the first one she looks like a star.
Huh?
The first one she looks like a star to me.
Yes.
It's very much giving like that peak mid 80s era. Shout out to my big crush, Elizabeth Shue. So it's giving me that, like Elizabeth Shue in Back to the Future, Elizabeth Shue in Adventures in Babysitting, where it's the bigger kind of blonde hair, but the popped collar. I think this is maybe she leans into this as her wheelhouse because that works for her. And there's color. It's like, it's pastel, but it's still color,
I hated that outfit.
You did? I liked it.
Which one?
The first one.
Oh no, it's the best thing she has.
I thought. Oh, so here's the sort
for
of
Marsha though. T, do you like it or just?
I just don't like the outfit. Period. But like, here's the conundrum. I also think she looks gorgeous in it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So like, I can very much separate my personal aesthetic ideas from the fact that I think she looks gorgeous, but I just hate the outfit.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how she thought her look was so amazing. The
last look.
Yeah, it's simple.
Girl.
How does she not see how simple her outfits are? I mean, she just needs a board where she puts her outfits against like everybody else's. She should see a trend.
I think she thought that because it was rhinestone that has sparkles on it, like that like it's plain. Does she look gorgeous? Yes. Do you know why? Because she's gorgeous.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why you look gorgeous, Marsha. Because you are gorgeous, not because you're doing anything to do that.
But you just put a bodysuit on.
Yeah. You could literally come out there in the trash bag and I'd be like, did you see her body? Like, like you're just gorgeous. That's not enough on Drag Race, dear.
Okay. Next up, one of our favorites, Selena's titties.
Yeah. So Selena had one of my least favorite looks.
Yeah.
So the first look I loved. I was like, it was fun. I was like, okay, Selena. Okay, you're doing good. And then the second look came out, and while it's not like one of the terrible one, I think the last one is absolutely terrible. It is busy, but what I did like is that it contrasted to show like a little bit of shape, a little bit of dimension. I saw kind of like where she was trying to go, and I didn't mind it. But the last one, that fit was trash, terrible. Yeah. You made this for whose body?
Yeah.
I was like, girl, I know you can sew. What happened? Maybe they didn't show it. We're still watching an hour episode, and she ran out of time. I don't know. But that fit was terrible.
Well, and I think I give her a little bit of credit because she did take the Carson and Rue feedback, which was to simplify. So she
they said it had to be perfect if you do it.
Exactly. And that's the problem. So she did tone it down. But then when you do that, you should have more time to spend on like fit, finishing, those kind of things.
She was too busy putting all those stones on.
Yeah.
That first look I did not love. I didn't get RuPaul at all. Like at all. It just felt like she was in a Diddy video from the late 90s. Like Diddy and Mace.
Which I like.
Which I like.
We come across, the more problems we see.
But that wasn't the assignment. Like she wasn't doing a Missy Elliott video. Like she was supposed to be RuPaul. And it missed. I don't even want to discuss what she thought that second outfit was doing. I like the fact that you could still see that bodice through those like it was ugh. And oddly enough, I didn't mind the last dress all that much. I didn't think it was terrible.
Here's the thing.
It was bad. I didn't think like never wear that again. I thought you need to make some adjustments.
Yeah. I, in my mind, forgot for the second look that she brought that. Mm-hmm. That looks like one you would make for a challenge where it's like you go into like a product runway type challenge where it's like you have 10 minutes in a convenience store, grab what you can and make something. And so you grab a bunch of like food stamp cards. She brought that. Mm-hmm. She brought it. I don't get it. I don't understand.
She did.
Yeah.
And therein is like that taste level.
Yeah.
It's off for this competition.
She just needs someone to do her styling for her and
Yes.
just be amazing. Her personality is amazing, and I think Michelle
She's-
had one of the best lines about Selena, which was like, "I'm in love with your personality. I want to be in love with your drag."
Yes.
Yeah.
And
She is Shangela season 2. Season 3, really.
Season
Because
three.
season
Okay, I
2,
was like,
yeah,
we
because
only
season
got one episode of
yeah,
Shangela.
season 2, she only got one episode. But that's right? But even in that one episode, that personality was like that star quality, that star power, it was there.
Yeah.
And Selena has that.
yeah,
She has that star power. She just has to harness it.
Yeah,
Well, I
well,
think-
she can buy her drag. I think
Yeah.
honestly, I think after this show, she's going to have the coin to get like her ideas fleshed out by a designer.
yeah.
Well,
Right.
but what I also hope is she doesn't fall into like the Chi Devane thing. Because remember when Chi came back for All Stars, she had all that beautiful drag, but her mindset had never reset after being on Drag Race the first time. And so I hope when Selena comes back for All Stars 10 that her brain is ready to really, really be in it.
Well, that's
And
what I
she
was.
doesn't let this beat her up.
Well, that's what I was gonna say too. This has come up, I think, a little bit in the last episode, and then this episode too. Is like she struggles with like her own self-confidence, right?
Mhm.
Everybody else sees that she's amazing. We all are in love with her, just her charisma and her personality. She has yet to like fully understand that she has that, and so she's got to do that
Mhm.
first, and then get a stylist that is not her, and then she'll be golden. Okay. Anything else about Selena?
No,
I love
we're
you,
good.
Selena.
We do all love you.
Okay. Malaysia, Baby Doll Fox.
Oh, I forgot we were going to be talking about Malaysia.
Don't be like that. Her outfits were fantastic.
Yeah, I still forgot about her.
I'd say the first one for me,
It's meh.
the
Yeah.
Start Your Engine one was just kind of meh.
It was very meh.
The color did not work for
It
her.
wasn't
runway.
Rue. It just didn't do anything for me. It left me feeling very I hate how that wig fit. It didn't look like a good lace front. It felt like at any moment it was just going to pop off her head. Like it just I did not like it.
I did love her hair look.
Yes.
That look I thought was
Gorgeous.
fantastic.
That
And
was the best one.
Yeah, the last look was good, but my favorite of Malaysia's was the second one, the ball or the hairball.
I'll actually give that hairball a fan pop. Yeah. I thought that was spectacular. I thought she looked really, really good. It's extremely well done. Yep. The hair is gorgeous. The makeup looks good. That outfit is a statement piece. Like, yeah, you get a fan pop for that. The third look, it's great. It's an 89, right? It's a B+.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, no disrespect to Malaysia, because I actually like her a lot better than I started this season.
Yeah.
But I just don't feel excited about her in the competition right now.
Well,
I'm not excited.
She's never excited.
Yeah, I'm not excited to see what she does next. I'm not excited to see what she brings on the runway, even though her looks are polished and great. I think it's something about the energy she's exuding or lack thereof that I'm missing, because I want her to have like the energy of Selena S. Titties.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. She's so, I'm going to keep using your word, Joe.
Muted.
She's so muted. And this is not the place for that. I am all here for you being classy and poised, but this is like you are in a competition for the biggest prize in the history of the show, right? This is a place to make sure people see you, to make sure that something about you stands out from the crowd. And unless you are doing kimchi, unless you are doing Gottmik level fashion, that's not going to be enough.
No.
And you're not doing that. Like Joe said, is your fashion polished? Every time. You have never walked that runway, even when you didn't know how to sew, And the
Right.
fact that she sewed this last outfit, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's the second thing she ever sewed in her life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that you can do the things that you do and make yourself look the way you look, fantastic. But it's not enough because it's just not elevated in the way of like Kimchi, in the way of Gottmik, in the way of Nina Bonina Brown, right? That it just makes you go, oh my God, that's something like I've never seen.
When it's the energy you bring to the stage, to your performances, and we are like sponges for that energy. And she just like, I think maybe that's Joe, what you were saying in the beginning. It's like there's just something missing with Malaysia.
Yeah. I sensed it at the beginning, but I see that she's a great queen, so I'm glad she stayed. But I just think she's not ready yet to bring this home.
Yeah. Oh no.
And I wonder. I'm pretty sure it's too late in the competition for there to be a turnaround.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. She hasn't gotten enough negative critique for her to see that she's doing anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
She has been safe or in the top.
Yeah.
And so there just hasn't been enough feedback for her to recognize like I can push myself more. And like you said, Joe, I don't see it turning a corner either. I think we have gotten everything we're going to get from Malaysia.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong, but I think we do. I think this is it.
Yeah. Beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gowns. I hope I'm wrong.
All right. Lucy LaDuca.
A mess across the board. A mess. The board.
Okay. I'm just going to talk about what I hate because that's just the first thing that comes to mind. The first look, I think, is the best one, but I hate that she doesn't have real hair. I hate that that's like cardboard or whatever the hell she used.
Plastic, or I don't know what it's made out of.
It looks crafty, and I don't know. No, thank you.
I think she was going for like a Barbie kind of whatever, but it didn't work. Yeah.
And then that second look, did she steal that from Princess
Poppy?
Yes, that one. Did she steal that from her?
Well, I thought she was
a deflated tutu.
I thought she was trying to do like Gigi Good's ball outfit. Remember that gorgeous outfit that Gigi made?
She's not Gigi.
She's not Gigi. But it was a mess. Like I could not believe Lucy gave me 3 messy outfits in a row.
Girl, your sash says runner up.
Exactly. Which I think is it's the most appropriate thing. I'm like, yep, runner up. You're not gonna make it. I think that you should automatically get disqualified if you bring dog poop onto the runway. Like, there are fun accessories. We've seen some silly ones, whatever, but that it doesn't do anything. It's not like, haha, that's funny or that's whatever. That whole second outfit was atrocious.
Wait, she brought dog poop?
Yeah, she pulled it out of her boob too.
Yeah, because those bags were made, like those dog poop bags. That's her bags that she used, and then she pulled it out, and it was even had like little fake poop. I hope it was fake. Who knows? Inside the baggie, and she's like, "Haha, I've even got my dog poop," and I'm like, "No, girl, no one wants to see that. Like, that's not."
I must have blacked out during all of this because I don't remember. This.
Oh, good
for you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Lucy, that's too loose, girl.
That's the classic of someone trying too hard to be funny, and it doesn't work when you do that. Yeah.
I thought all of her outfits missed the mark. Yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
And actually, now that I'm looking at that runner-up one, there's not much crystal. Like, I know the dress has like the crystal shimmer, and there's like there's some hem work or whatever that has it, but for a crystal challenge where it's like you want to be the first one has more crystal than that.
Yeah.
She looked at Sasha Colby and said, "This is enough."
Yeah.
She looked at Lux and said, "This is enough." She looked at Mistress and said, "This is enough to compete." So it's not only Selena that has taste issues, it's also Lucy LaDuca.
Yeah.
I don't think Lucy has taste issues.
She did that
I
night.
think Lucy has Lucy issues.
Lucy does have Lucy issues. I think Lucy just took a break. She picked a terrible day to take a break because I think throughout this competition, Lucy has given us fantastic drag. And I think she just picked a really bad day to take a break.
Yeah, I mean, I hate Lucy, but I will say, even like, I was surprised how bad that second one was.
Yeah.
For her, because she's, like you said, she's not one of those ones where it's like, oh my God, here we go again. What are her outfits going to be? You know, they've been good-ish.
Yeah.
You know, they've been mid to good. And
She's polished.
But that second one, no.
Yeah, that second outfit is atrocious. The third outfit, I don't love it. The first outfit, super polished. I think in a different context, I would have loved that first outfit. But as an update to Rue's look, no. If I see that, I don't go, oh yeah, she's doing RuPaul. I don't see that. And that's the problem for me, right? If the challenge was an update to Rue's theme song look, I don't look at that and go, oh yeah, she's doing Rue. I do not.
She deserved to be in the bottom.
Yeah, fail all across the board.
Yeah. And then the opposite of failing, of course, like, Miss Sasha Colby. You know, it's funny, and I'll start with this one. And I said I thought Mistress should win or might win. I don't know if Sasha was better than Mistress, and
Sasha was not better than Mistress.
Love Sasha, and I think she was incredible. But I think Mistress was bad. I think it was interesting that she won this week. Because
Sasha was not better than Mistress.
She's been incredible in other ones and hasn't won. But like this one, I don't know why. You know, she looks like we were saying before with some queens. They're always going to look stunning. She's always going to look stunning. I don't think that skirt in that first one did her any favors. Like maybe at this angle or something.
Yeah.
No, it was, again, it wasn't bad, but
it was
not like,
it wasn't jaw dropping. What I will say is that it was flattering. And oddly enough, even though it was a dress with a halter top, when I looked at it, I said, I can see this as an update to Rue's look.
Well, yeah. And because it's the sleeves and the shoulder pad, like the shoulder poofs do a really good job there.
And the pattern down the front, like I got it.
Yeah.
This second dress, I hate it. I hate it so much. It's hideous.
Yeah.
It's hideous. It doesn't flatter her body. It shows off how beautiful her legs are, but everything shows off how beautiful her legs are. It's not far enough on the camp side for it to be completely camp. It's definitely not glam. Like, I don't know where this dress falls, but this was actually one of my least favorite things on the runway. I like Selena's dress better than I like this week.
Gosh, look, okay, that's some bold words. I'm like in a Sasha glaze right now, and I'm totally fine with her winning, but definitely I need a second look, because looking at Mistress and three looks all together and looking at here, I do think Mistress was robbed a bit.
Oh, yeah.
The first look I loved. I thought it was gorgeous, great update, very smart to go with the skirt versus pants. The second look, I have to agree with you. It's almost like she took it from Spice. Because it's just not, it just seems so far from who Sasha Colby is that I'm not sure where it came from, but she sold it. So I was like, oh yeah. So this is Sasha Colby, so.
Well, that's what we love about people like Sasha, is like they always are going to try something, even if it's outside of their like typical box or whatever, they're going to go for it. But yeah, it didn't do a lot for me, that second one.
Yeah. But that third look I thought was gorgeous.
I thought she looked beautiful, but immediately when I looked at her, I said, that's a piece of fabric wrapped around her waist.
But I think the construction of that top part was just so good. So it was hard to not look away from that. And that wig was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And speaking of, it's like the opposite of Spice cheap wigs. That first wig, that is her hair.
Yeah.
You can't tell me otherwise.
You can't tell. Right.
No.
but that's the thing, right? Like you can't You can't read one queen on the exact same runway for having a dress that's two pieces of fabric tied together while Sasha is on the runway and literally a piece of fabric tied around her waist.
Yes.
Regardless,
that one looked more like fabric.
Yes, this looked more like a piece of fabric around her waist than what Spice was wearing. And again, gorgeous. It looks gorgeous because it's Sasha, right? Sasha knows how to wear clothes. So it doesn't matter what she has on, she is going to wear it and she's going to look amazing. Those shoes are everything. Can we just get into those shoes for a second? But I thought it was so incredibly difficult to sit through hearing Michelle read Spice for having two pieces of fabric that looked like it took more time to do than it took for her to cut this fabric and tie it around her waist.
Yeah.
It looked like there was way more effort put into what Spice was wearing around her, waist than what Sasha is wearing around her waist.
And can we talk about, and I saw this online too, can we talk about the last two winners of the ball challenge and what they wore for their final outfit? Nothing. Remember Gorgeous?
Yeah.
The bathing suit?
Yep.
Remember Gottmik, who I love, but she just had cutouts over her leg. And then one on her, she looked kind of like Joan Jett.
But she had the bags.
I know, she had bags. I'm just talking about that final look.
Yeah,
so you're kind of comparing all of that stuff, and then you're giving Spice that comment. It's got to be a little bit more context behind that than just saying it's fabric, because they've awarded fabric before.
Yeah,
just fabric.
Yeah.
So I totally agree, but Sasha's look is better than Spice's.
It definitely is. Like the overall presentation, like we're not even comparing the overall presentation.
Yeah.
Right. But what we are saying is what we've said, right? We said what we said. It is what it is.
All right, Anitra.
Oh gosh, I don't remember that second look.
Good.
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember that. Oh my gosh.
It was the first look and the third look were so good. I thought she looked great, and that third look was stunning.
At least she did a candy ball. At least she's the only one that did a candy ball.
But that was a mess.
Her first look was for me. It was a C+. That second look is like a D+, C-. But that third look hits the fan.
Yeah.
That is one of the most fantastic thing. Like that will go down in the history of Drag Race as one of the most gorgeous and original pieces to ever walk this runway. Like that is next level. That last dress.
Yeah.
It's so next level. And the fact that she made that in the amount of time that Spice and Selena made those outfits. Like,
and to have it look like an external crystallized spine was just it's like haunting and gorgeous.
Yes.
At the same time. I think what I liked about the first look is that a lot of the jumpsuit kind of racing themed onesies were like a certain fabric, and this one was sheer. So they
were all vinyl.
Yeah, this one was sheer. You could see through it, which added a different element. And I mean, she looked great. The second one for me was bad.
It just those whatever belts on the side they weren't working. She kept moving them and it was distracting. And we only got like 4 seconds of the runway, and 3.5 of those seconds she was fixing those damn belts.
And if you
I really don't remember that look.
If you put Lux's 3 against these 3, it's like Lux should have been in the top, probably.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But that third look, like you said, was just stunning.
Yeah, that's iconic.
Yeah.
Iconic.
It's great. The only thing I immediately wanted in the third look that would just put it over the top is a different wig.
Yes.
I wanted the hair to be tighter and like short. Remember when Rue had that white wig that was just like tight here and then like a little
like slicked back
like
on the
slicked
side.
back? I kind of wanted that, not white, but maybe that it could still be that color, but just slicked back and like high.
Because it's edgier.
Yeah.
It's edgier.
Because this is just like it was kind of a distraction when her hair kept moving a little bit. And if it was just like solid or even just wetted back, I think would have just completed the whole thing.
Yeah, when I look at the totality of what was done, I thought Lux should have definitely edged out Anitra.
Yeah.
Even though I think this gown, like, oh my God, that gown. But the other two looks are average.
Yeah, and maybe there's something to be said about going last and having this be your last look and having this be what is standing up on the runway. I don't know, but yeah, overall, I do think Lux got a raw deal, and I was really surprised that Sasha won.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
I was thinking it was going to be Mistress.
Yeah, I definitely thought Mistress won.
Yeah.
So then Marsha, Lux, Malaysia were safe.
Yes.
Then top was Mistress Sasha Anitra, which we've already talked about our thoughts there. But Sasha did win.
Mm-hmm.
And then bottom was Selena, Spice, and Lucy.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that Lucy was the bottom finally. Like, humble her maybe a little bit, even though it probably won't. It won't.
It just makes her mad.
Right.
And given what next week's challenge is going to be, she's going to win.
Yeah. Or do really well.
What is next week's challenge?
They're doing interviews?
It's interviews, hosting.
Oh, okay.
Like fake one-on-one.
Yeah, and I think Frankie Grande is going to be there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Mistress is going to do fantastic. This is where I'm afraid for Lux, because typically people who are so self-absorbed don't do well talking to other people because they don't know how to steer the conversation away from themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I fear a little bit for Lux. And we'll see if Lucy's true colors come out, because I think Lucy is also very, very self-absorbed, but not in a fun way like Lux.
But she puts on a front when needed. So she could probably play up the interviewee or interviewer part.
So Lux is no, not Lux.
Lucy is safe. Or
is safe. Yeah, we get the very unbalanced Selena versus Spice lip sync, which actually for me was super lackluster.
The whole thing was a snooze fest.
Yeah, it was super lackluster. And if it were not Selena, I would have said send them both home.
Yeah.
But I love Selena.
That song is so good. And I know it's not like, it doesn't get crazy dancey. But
what song is this?
Lil Nas X.
Yeah,
Montero. Like, I need someone to love me.
Oh yeah, someone to love. For some reason, I thought I was like Montero. That wasn't the song.
I like Lil Nas X, but that is not a lip sync for your life song.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a hard song to do, but there's more you can do than what
I wish they would have did Industry Baby. I love that song. Those horns. Oh, anyway. Yeah, Chad loves that song, so he was very happy.
But there's no excuse. Like, they just were both kind of meh.
It was very lackluster. I wanted
not going to be on any drag shows. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I wish Selena would have just ripped that dress off and gave us the full Selena Estides experience, and she did it.
Yeah, and we just got like what kind of maybe we expected, which was Selena leaned into the emotional face part of the song, and then Spice went silly campy. I did laugh when Spice, because her dress was too tight, and then she did like the fake "I'm gonna drop, but I can't."
Right.
Because my dress is too tight. I thought that was cute. That did make me laugh. But yeah, overall, it was just kind of meh. And Spice, it was her time to go.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. And of the queens that are left, it's probably Selena's next, with Malaysia probably soon to follow.
I think Malaysia's going
to go before Selena.
Interviews, Malaysia.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm thinking, I'm a little afraid for Malaysia because she's boring,
and I think that's a place where Selena can shine. Yeah.
Selena's a wild card in this one.
Yeah.
I think she could do very well, but I am worried for Malaysia and, as you said, OT Lux, unfortunately.
All right. Condos and condones?
Yeah. I would like to start with condos.
Okay.
So because I've been watching some of the older episodes more recently, I would just like to say my condo is thank you for giving us a season 6 edit for once. Like, can we continue editing in the way that you edited this episode? Because I thought for sure with 27 looks, all the time they were spending in the workroom, I thought the episode was going to feel extremely rushed, but it did not. It felt very reminiscent of when the show was on Logo and we were only getting it for an hour anyway, and it didn't feel like we missed anything.
Yep.
So that edit was so quality. So whoever edited that episode, can we get more of that? That's a condo. That edit was fantastic.
Yep. Agree.
Yeah.
Joe?
My condo is Mistress's attitude. I just love her attitude. I love the way she's looking at things.
Yep.
I love how she's, the same with everybody and, spilling the tea or the truth or whatever. And it's so direct. It may feel jarring to people like Lucy or Malaysia, but it's, I just love it. I am not mad at her at all. Yeah. Keep doing you, Mistress. You have a fan.
My condo was the funny exchange between Michelle and Anitra about resting bitch face.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
I just, it was like, and Michelle was lightly just like joking about it, but it is a thing. And then when they showed the montage of Anitra's faces, I was just like, oh yeah, she does kind of look like she hates being there.
And that's something I've noticed, but it just like, I don't pay attention to it. Yeah, my bitch face is not resting. It's very active.
I have an active bitch face.
Right.
Okay, condones.
I don't want to say this as a real don't, but like I have a kind of condone, and that's Ru and her music. I love the music. But
you just said you were obsessed with that song and you've been listening to it.
No, I love the song. I love the song, but the performance of the song, it's a little like, I don't know. It's a little like campy and like, I don't know if it's something that I'm gonna, in hindsight, appreciate, or it's something that I'll be like, why was this happening?
I mean, Bruce, it's the perfect thing of like, I've been doing the same thing for 85 years and it's been working for me, so I'm gonna continue to just do it.
Right.
Until it stops making me money.
It's built me a $60 million empire.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just like, surrounding herself with dancers, which is great, but it just seems so like forced and a little laughable. But I don't know if I'm going to eventually like it or hate it. I have no idea, but it's a kind of condone for me.
Yeah. My condone, and I don't think we talked about this, one other tidbit we got about one of the queens in side stories was that Sasha used to be a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a reveal that we got this week.
Yeah.
And I mean, my Sasha is a condo always, but a condone is just thinking about, I mean, it's hard enough to be closeted, period. And like, my family was not religious at all, but I cannot imagine being closeted and in that kind of super religious environment. That would be hard no matter what, let alone being like a young trans kid. Must have been, she needs to write a book. And again, we need the Colby TV show.
House of Colby.
Yeah.
Since I can't really come up with a real condone, my condone is Lucy LaDuca.
It's the default condone of
my condone is Lucy LaDuca. All of your looks were lackluster this week, and not because they were all bad. Your first outfit was gorgeous. It was gorgeous, though. It didn't meet the assignment for me. And then for you to have a terrible attitude on top of it and think that you should have been in the top when clearly you were not looking around the room. Like, girl, have a row of seats.
Also,
a whole row.
Don't ever bring dog poop on the stage. I'm sorry. Fake or not fake, it's not a good idea.
I for sure blacked out during that because I don't remember that at all.
Good.
At all. Out of mind.
Out of sight. I wish. We did it.
We did it. Anything else that we missed that we want to discuss and get on the air?
No, I
think right now, I mean, I know we've talked about it before, like who we think is going to be in the top, but who's your pick to win right now?
I would, if I had to pick. Okay, so here's.
All right, OT, we'll come back to you.
Kelly. He's got a dissertation there.
You know I can't say it without giving a disclaimer.
Anyway.
Okay, so here's the deal. Who at this point I think has earned the win based on just overall track record. If I have to pick right now, Mistress. That's who I think wins. If I'm looking at overall track record, overall performance, like I think Mistress is the person who should win. Who I think is going to win at this point is Sasha. Right now. That's who I think is going to win right now. But who I think deserves it is Mistress.
Okay. Kelly.
Right. If you had to make me pick right now, I'd pick Sasha just because I love her.
Yeah. Yeah. So I for sure pick Mistress. Mistress feels like a winner of the season. And it's not even because she's big. It's just because like her personality, her way of talking about drag, appreciating drag, and then exuding it. She just seems so realized and she's executing on it. And I just am in love with how she's playing the race or doing the race.
Yeah.
Sasha, absolutely love. I'm obsessed with her. But something is not feeling like a complete winner for me. Like Mistress feels like this is her season. You know?
Yeah, I think it's definitely. I mean, I think those two, barring any kind of craziness, which you never know, should be in the top. And I would love to see either of them win.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad if Sasha won. I wouldn't be mad if Lux won. I wouldn't be mad if Anitra won.
Yeah.
But for me, this season, I feel like I am going to remember Mistress and what she has done.
Yep.
Today.
I agree. Yeah, I think Mistress, like for all the things Joe said, like she is just such a great drag ambassador.
And has she even been close to the bottom yet?
No.
I can't like even bottom half. I not that I can think of.
No.
Yeah.
Same with Sasha.
Yep. And Lux either. Like the three of them have just soared so far, and that's impressive. Considering we are now at week 9, right? Yeah. Normally, this is when the season is wrapping up. So if this is a normal season, that is our top 4. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the fact that there's still like at least 5 weeks of this left, it's crazy. But
because what are we down to? 8?
Yeah, we're down to 8. So we have at least 5 episodes left. The fact that the 3 of them have so far done extremely well. The only I guess Lux floundered in the lip sync.
Yeah.
That was her low moment. Yeah. And same thing with Anitra, right? Well, Anitra wasn't she in the bottom for something else?
The girl group.
Yeah. So Anitra has had a couple of moments.
Although she didn't flounder in that lip sync class.
She did not. She did not flounder
like
in any of those lip syncs.
Yeah. She got
robbed.
Luck of the draw with that one, but yeah. All right. Anything else, or should we wrap up?
Nope. Let's do it to it.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us on Condone Yourself.
Always the dramatic pause.
Thank you.
And thank you for pause for effect. Pause for laughs.
Thank you, everyone. I'm giving you a moment to edit. So Thanks everyone for joining us on Condone Yourself. We always have a blast, and I'm sure you do too. Please be sure to tune in with us again next week, where we discuss episode 10 of season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Can you believe we're 10 episodes in already?
Yes, about damn time.
Right. As always,
About damn
continue
time.
to follow us and like and subscribe on social media. We are at Condone Yourself Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So until we see you again, we'll see you again.
We technically aren't seeing anybody.
Shut up, Joe.
Until you would see us again, we'll see you again.
Fair. I'll take it.
And cut.
Bye, everybody.
And scene. And bow. Curtains drawn.
Pause for applause.
Crickets.
Thank you for joining us.